All right, welcome back, guys, to an all new and long awaited episode of Two Fans, One Pod. I am Alex, and as always, I have the handsome Brandon with me, and he's going to give you a quick update on his summer in 30 seconds or less. Hit us with it, Brandon.
CFB 26.
Love
Madden
that.
26 just came out.
Yes, sir.
But really, I mean, the summer's whatever, because I got something crazy coming up
Tell them about
with
it.
you.
Yep, tell them about
With
it.
you, we're going. You're hosting me, Happy Valley,
Yes.
under the lights,
Right.
7:30. It's gonna be a beautiful thing.
Yep,
Penn
so-
State, Oregon, September 27th. We're
Yes,
there.
sir. Yes, sir. This is actually really more of a message for our fans. I think we might attempt to do some sort of stream of it. Maybe we'll get some footage and we'll get it to you guys on the channel in some way, shape, or form. But in the meantime, what we wanted to do was go over the first games that we have in that week 0, that fun little week 0 they're going to give us a little taste of some bullshit games. Just kidding. These are going to be some fun games, and we picked 3 in particular that we feel like are going to have a great jump start to the college football season, okay? Our first ever attempt, you guys, get hype. This is it, the first attempt. We are going to help you make so much money this season, okay? We really dove into all 3 of these games, and we came up with some awesome bets for you guys, and we're going to start off with that Iowa State game. Okay, let's go over the big stuff on the game. It's a noon kickoff. This is in Dublin. The over-under right now, 49.5. Now, granted, we're getting all this stuff from DraftKings, and, today's the 21st of August, so who knows how the numbers are going to change as the game gets closer. But K-State right now is listed as -3. Now, I did mention it's in Dublin, and the money line for Iowa State is at +130. Brandon, what do you see in this game? What you got going on?
It's tough, Like, it's the first game of the season. That's always just kind of like a curveball for both teams. And it's in Dublin. Avery Johnson, I know he had a mediocre season last season. He had a lot of hype. Kind of was mid. Didn't really live up to the hype. But I feel like, 1 year down in that system, he's more familiar now. He should be, better in this scenario. I don't think they lost any significant staff. They got Dylan Edwards coming back, so the run game is strong. I don't think Iowa State's defense is the best, the rush or the pass defense. But then on the other side, Iowa State, they got Rocco. They did lose 2 of their, starting wide receivers to the draft. So that's going to be a big loss. We'll see how they, are able to recuperate. But it's going to be a shootout, I think. Neither defense is really too strong. They both have able quarterbacks. Rocco Becht had a better season last year than Avery Johnson did, but like I'm saying, Avery Johnson, I could see him taking a leap this year. But yeah, for me personally, I think I'm leaning more towards Kansas State, just because Avery Johnson's second year there. I feel like those 2 losses, Jaden Higgins and I'm blanking out on the other. I think Jalen Noel is the other one's name. Yeah. Those are going to be big losses for that offense. I'm curious to see how they're able to, play without them. But yeah, in this case, I'm leaning more towards Kansas State. And as far as the over-under, just because it's the first game of the season and it's in Dublin, I just feel like that's just a recipe for the under.
They do this on purpose.
Yeah,
I mean, the Dublin game, Penn State actually has done the Dublin game in my recent history, I think at least once. I think the Christian Hackenberg, the first ever reveal of him was in Dublin. That was pretty hype. So the Dublin games, it's fun to watch always, and they always do it at a weird hour. They say noon kickoff, but it might end up being like an 11 or 10:30 a.m. kickoff, whatever. Let's go over the big numbers here, okay? Things that pop out to me. K-State's passing offense, kind of mediocre, like you said. It goes with Avery Johnson, who's the 53rd ranked passer last season, compared to Rocco Becht, who was the 11th ranked. Secretly, also so random. Both of these quarterbacks have experience. Rocco Becht has 1 more year of starting experience. Avery Johnson had a lot of hype behind his name last year. We went over this on the pod before. So what's also fun about this offense is DJ Giddens was the 14th ranked rushing leader in the country last year. So we know that this team has the ability to run the rock, and they also acquired Dylan Edwards out of Colorado, I believe. And I don't know, it's going to be exciting. I think you have a very good rushing team versus a very, very poor rush defense. And then you also have one of the top passers in the country against a wildly mediocre pass defense. This is just a shootout. It's got shootout written all over it. I like the shootout also. I'm surprised you're not taking the over 49.5 because the line seems really low considering both of these teams' history. So again, love the competition, the QB battle in this. I love the fact that these defenses are both pretty mid, and this is going to be a shootout. Let's head over to the Fresno State-Kansas game. This one's a little bit trickier. The line opened, I think, at -14 for Kansas at home. It's a 4 p.m. kickoff, and it is in Kansas. 50.5 for the over-under, and Fresno State's got the money line at +350. Tell me what you see in this game.
So I'll say this. I'm more familiar with Kansas' situation than Fresno State's. Obviously, they have Jalon Daniels returning. I know they did lose Devin Neal, and they did have a rough start to the year last year. Like we were talking about it before we started recording. I think you said they went 1-5, but I believe after that they went on a crazy run and like the rest of the season only lost a game or something like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like the offense, they still have their leader. You know, Jalon Daniels, like we were saying, started off rough, but then ended the season strong, which is always good. And then as far as the matchup goes, I feel like this is going to be 50. So I'm looking at 50.5 is the line that I'm seeing right now. But I can see this going under. Kansas at -13. I guess they're really relying on Jalon Daniels like leading the team, but I don't know. It's another one of those things where they lost their star guy, Devin Neal. It's week 1. I'm going with the under personally.
Yeah.
And then as far as which, I'd probably lean towards the Fresno State spread.
Yeah, I mean, truly, Jalon Daniels also had Devin Neal last year and started the season 1-5.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can account for poor coaching decisions. A lot of them were one-possession games. So I don't know. I mean, is he really a leader? What I see here's the crazy thing, and this is when I start getting. I'm gonna be real with you. This is where I start getting a little. A little twingermans in the house. So what's going on? This is what I see. Okay, I'm an experienced conspiracist. Okay, Fresno State opened at +14 on the road at Kansas. Kansas has been hammered. Their money line, their spread has been hammered to the point where like over 80% in both directions is on Kansas, both on the money line and the spread. Here's what's crazy is they moved the line in favor of Kansas. So they want you to keep putting money on Kansas. I don't like that. I hate when they do that. It's a bait. It's an obvious bait. Everyone, just focus. Guys, I'm taking Fresno State +12.5. I'm actually willing to take Fresno State down all the way to +10.5, and I feel like it'll keep going for the record. So if you see this episode and it goes down even more, I'm telling you, I'm willing to take it. Love the +12.5. Again, down to take it to +10.5. Okay, wonderful. Last game, and this one is funny. This one's a little bit of an interesting game. 7:30 kickoff, but it's in Hawaii, as Hawaii hosts Stanford. And these are two programs that are in very peculiar spots. I got the over/under at 50.5, money line in favor of of Stanford at +110, and Hawaii's line right now is -2.5 at home. Tell me what you see in this game.
Stanford's made some moves this offseason, but they're kind of those long-term moves. They did bring in Frank Reich, which is huge. You know, that's an NFL head coach. That's going to be really strong for them. Andrew Luck is there now as well. I know that brings a lot of hope to the program. As far as week 1, though, I got to go with Hawaii. I just feel like they're a consistent program. Not saying they're like great or super strong or anything, but they're always consistent. Seems like they know what they're doing over there. And it's away, week 1. As far as the over-under goes, I'm probably leaning towards the under, personally. And then, yeah, I would take that Hawaii spread.
Okay. You look at the stats on these teams from last year. These guys are weird.
That's what I'm doing now. Yeah, talk to me.
Look at this. I got Stanford. I think Stanford and Hawaii are having a competition for who can be the most ineffective on both sides of the ball. I got total offense basically in the bottom 25% for both of them. Probably the bottom 10% for Stanford, if I'm doing the math right in my head here. Total defense is atrocious for both of them as well. It's hard to objectively look at both of these teams and be like, okay, yeah, like I think Hawaii is effectively going to win because, they have a slightly better offense and defense. I don't think that's the case. They also had slightly less turnovers. But, like, take a step back on paper. Just like you said, Frank Reich was hired. He was named a new head coach after Andrew Luck. There was a little bit of drama, actually, going on there. Andrew Luck's position of GM of Stanford that position is brand new. They made that position for him. I had no idea. So you're not building the program around anyone other than Andrew Luck. That's what you're doing. You're building a program around Andrew Luck. So I don't know. Dude, this guy was a great quarterback. He had a ton of heart. Is he a good GM? I don't know. Is he making the right move? I mean, putting Frank Reich in that role is great. I love putting an NFL, but that doesn't mean shit. I don't think you're guaranteed to win games just because you have an experienced NFL head coach in there.
Yeah.
What another thing I really like about Hawaii is Timmy Chang, that head coach. I don't know much about Hawaii. I had to look this up because I never watch Hawaii games. If they do have games, they're at like midnight most of the time. But in the last 3 seasons, 10-4, 7-4, 8-5. This is really good. I mean, this is a team that I would say is on the upward trajectory. So just off of that alone, and they're at home, and their line is so weak, -2.5 is like a coin flip. Vegas is saying it's a coin flip. I'll take the home team on the coin flip here. Someone who's on the upward trajectory. Too many question marks at Stanford. Too much drama.
Yeah.
Too much drama.
Yeah, like I'm saying, I do think that GM move, like Andrew Luck, hiring him as your GM long term, I think it's going to pay off. That's the greatest player in program history. I think he's a smart guy. He loves the game. Obviously, he's experienced.
CMC maybe might be slightly better. It depends.
Yeah.
It depends. I mean, really, that's a.
It's close. It's close.
I would say it's close. I would say it's close. Offensive output. Maybe.
They've had some good guys.
Yeah, they've had actually weirdly.
Toby Gerhardt.
They've had weirdly some good names. They've also had some very mediocre names that ended up going to the NFL and were also mediocre. But Stanford, they've had history. Actually, Stanford has been ranked a lot in the past 10 years in recent history. So, anyway, my dog is losing his mind. Let's wrap this up. Here's the deal. I have one Juicerman's of a parlay for you guys. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. And just for fun, this is the Alex and Brandon special. Okay? Starting off strong, we're taking the over. We got over 49.5 in the Iowa State at Kansas State game. We love that line. We both really like the Fresno State plus 12.5. And lastly, the Hawaii minus 2.5. We're going to take those 3 legs together. You put however many units you want on it, but we have faith, and you're going to ride with us, and we're going to ride this train to victory, okay? First parlay of the season, week 0, guys. Who's excited? Oof. I'm freaking starved. I am starved for college football. God, this could not have come sooner.
Yeah, it's insane. It flew by. We're actually here.
Yeah. Look forward to a lot of new episodes, guys. This is just a taste for what we got for you this season, and we will talk to you all soon.
Let's go.